Howdy, howdy. This is Old Man playing video games, Marindale. Um, yeah, I was played earlier today, and I've been playing a little bit for the last hour or two, building up some resources. Got a couple chests over here. This one's almost full on stacks of cobblestone. I ended up moving all my jungle trees into a big one and just been watching this. I've had a few go off, so getting some stuff together, fit some trapdoors, some planks, and some logs. Because this has been pretty fairly effective in getting me some saplings, which I've got a stack here of jungle saplings. I just put a composter together, and so far I've made 2 bone meal. I've used one. This is just taking forever. I need to build a wheat farm to be a little more useful. Got some charcoal going while I was sitting there. Not much else. Mostly it was mining for cobblestone and watching the big jungle tree over there get built. So let's see what we're doing here. I need to let's grab some of these planks and let's make a crafting table. We're gonna need that. I've been brainstorming ideas on how to do the roof and reading a little bit up on lighting levels. I'm thinking with water, it says that it reduces it by 2, but does that reduce it by 2 per level beneath it? So instead of 15, do I need 8? So we're going to test that. I'm going to at least start a quarter of this, and I really want to make this wider. I am going to switch over to my controller. That makes it a bit easier to move around for me. Let's grab this. Because I'm gonna move all this over. That sticks with me. Yep. I'm gonna move this over. Well, I don't need that. To our desert biome. Because that's going to be our starting point to bridge where we need to get to. So we're going to go to here. Hey, looks like our wheat. And I have been keeping an eye on the wheat as it comes across, and pretty much the last couple of times, including the time I hit it with bone meal, finally more than one seed. Let's maximize our yield here. I'm going to go ahead and put that away and that away. So all right, let's get it on. I have some whiskey here, so I'm not going to play for too long tonight. Certainly don't want to fall off. Need to bring this with me, so one more of these can go. Love my whiskey. Whiskey and ice. Couple of ice cubes, and just pretty generic whiskey, bottom shelf. Old Barton's. If anybody of you is familiar with that, then God rest your soul. I might need to expand that a little bit. All right, so let's put down my other chest here. This is where I'm gonna keep my stone. And I need this out. Let's get that out. Boom. And this guy. Put him right there. Good enough. All right, so we want to branch out. It's in the book. All right, let's go grab the book. Well, we just need to look up and see the approximate coordinates that we're going to be going to. And we got a tree over here. Watch this. See how big this tree is? Bam. Yeah. That's why I like tree capacitator, because I'm just so sick of cutting down trees. And with that, my sapling, I got stacked up in there. See, that didn't even give me a bone meal. But let's go ahead and throw that away, that away. Let's put some sticks up there. I took all of that. Hold on. Just to be on the safe side. So I can make a pickaxe when I get back. But did I take the book? I took the book. Why would I do that? Yep, I took the book. Alright, so never mind. World maps. Overworld. So we want to get to this point. So Z, we're going from, no, X, right? What's our, we're at -2, 92. So we're right in the middle. Of the desert. We're at -2 and 92. So we want to get over to -32. And we want to get to 128. So that's where we want to get to. And we're going to go diagonal in that direction. So let's grab this and get a stack. So we need to get to -32 that way and $128. We're at 93. So let's put this up. Let's put this up. Let's put this up. And let's see if 60 slabs gets us to where we're getting close. I didn't want that. Hey, I saved it. I didn't bring any torches to bring back here. Alright, hold on. I do want to light this place up, especially since it's where I'm storing my building materials. Plus, it's not a bad idea to bring a bucket of water because I know I'm going to need it. Because I don't have to go down. Alright, first, bucket of water. And we're going to bring 11 of these. I know I got sticks out there, and I certainly have plenty of wood. But, it's now nighttime. There, this is what we're gonna do. It's nighttime. Let's get some sleep. Sleeping through the night. I don't need that many torches. Let's get 12. Boop, boop, boop. All right. We're going out to -32 and 128. as you see, we're pretty much heading towards the geode. All right, we're at negative 32. So over here should be cold ocean, and we're at 126. So 127, 128 is jagged peaks. Here should be deep ocean. Here should be desert. So this is where my drop chute's going to be. So I need, from this point here, this is going to be a hole. These four. I need to get different blocks. Definitely need to go down. So I'm at 60 now. Now, how up to date is the wiki when it comes to the information about strays? A stray may spawn directly under the sky at y coordinates 60 to 66 in snowy plains or ice spikes, replacing 80% of skeletons. Additionally, a stray may spawn in frozen rivers, frozen oceans, deep frozen oceans, legacy frozen oceans, snowy slopes, jagged peaks, and frozen peaks in Bedrock Edition. So, we got directly under the sky and y coordinates of 60 to 66. But according to the wiki, that is specifically for the snowy plains and ice spikes, which, barring further notes, are version independent. So it's Bedrock and Java. Whereas Java has an additional sentence that says these other 6 or 7 or 8 biomes, which jagged peaks are it. Now, in my realm world that I've pretty much spent a lot of time in creative in, just exploring different things, I have the strays at 60 or 61, and we're currently at 60 now. So this would be, I'm probably, because I'm on bottom slabs, I'm at 60.5, I would imagine. I think that's how the position is calculated. It's calculated by your feet, right? I don't even know where to look that up. It's probably in the wiki somewhere. It's probably somewhere online. You know, the position that is being displayed is that the position of your feet, or is that the position of your head? It's not displaying in Bedrock by displaying the position. It's not displaying in an integer, in a decimal. So I can only assume that it's either picking my head or my feet. So I'm not sure. I would like to know that for sure. But 60 here, where I'm currently standing, is in that range mentioned on the wiki, 60 to 66. I can go up 1 or 2. That's fine. Now, the spawning radius from where I'm going to stand in my AFK spot or my killing spot needs to be at least 24 away from that. So the spot that I'm going to be camped out waiting for things to spawn is going to be at least 24 below this point. But in addition to the 60 minus 24 is I want the 60 that I'm currently standing on to be where the strays would spawn, and then they would fall into a water stream. And they would fall at least 2, because then they can't get back up. It's going to be so big from way off in that direction, and then that direction, and also in that direction, but also in that direction, that water streams can move 7, 8, what is it? 7 to be safe, 8 maybe. Because it's all gonna run down to these 4 squares right here. So I want to go out from this point 7 and 7 and 7 and 7, obviously. And then we're going to go up a level and another 7 and 7 and 7 and 7. So now I'm 14 away. Basically, I need to figure out how wide does this platform need to be if I am standing from this point, 60, 23 down, or 22 down. To get 3 to play with, so 22 down. 22 down. And then I'm going to be 2 more below that. So 24 down. So how does it look 24 down from this spot when it comes to our spawn? And we could build around that. So 937. Let's I'm really tempted to just make a backup because I had my water bucket with me already. Okay, I want this. I want something else though. So we're gonna. Daddy's been drinking. In fact, I want another drink. I'm on my 3rd triple. But then Skyblock Daddy is kind of. I'm a bit of a lush on the weekends. I have sworn to only drink on the weekends though. And no one called me Skyblock Daddy, but I kind of Skybedrock. Yeah, Skybedrock Daddy. But I'm gonna just assume that moniker because I imagine that I am probably one of the older fans of the Skybedrock world that is on Planet Minecraft. And I mean, I've not seen anybody else that uses this particular world do a YouTube video, so I'm just going to assume the moniker Skybedrock Daddy because I am. And if someone wants to comment and challenge me to that title, you're welcome to. Bring it on. Anyways, that's probably the whiskey talking. All right, let's just. Ooh, this is scary. I gotta go down 20, at least 24, but I'm thinking it's probably gonna be 27 because let's see here, 22 for the fall, 2 more for me to be 2 blocks below the landing pad, so I can swipe up at them. Because I could build up. You know, I mean, I'm obviously going to go down 2 or 3 more than what is needed because as I do my tests, it's like, oh, I went down one too far. I can always go up by one. So let's grab my water. Let's grab some stone. I got a whole stack of it. I'm fine with that in case I need it. And let's take 5 torches. And it's nighttime. Oh, I should have gone to bed while I was back there. Anyways, that is lit up. That's all bottom slabs. This is lit up here. All right, let's cross our fingers. Because if I lose my water, this is going to be significantly harder. We're going to go down from, this is going to be right here. And we're going to do this. And I'm just going to take this column down, because this is obviously going to be the edge of, that's actually the corner of the chamber. If I'm going to be making a 24 block drop, I actually want to do this. No, we're going to do, you stayed. All right, so let's go up here real quick. We'll put one there. That's what I'm going to go down from. That's where I'm going to put a torch for now. We're going to put a water bucket there. Alright, so it's not expanding out. So is it expanding out on the other side? Let's double check. Because I'm going to be pillaring down from this block that the torch is on. So I'm at 60. I want to go down to 40, 36, 34. You know, heck of it, let's go down to 30. Let's just go 30 blocks down. That's almost half of my stack. And in fact, let's do this. I want to go down 20, 22, plus 2 more for 24. Plus, I think there needs to be a drop from the 60 I'm at now of 4. So, 22, 24, 28. I want to go 28 down 20. That's 30. Let's just go 30. That gives me a good starting point to plant my flag and see where our spawn spheres are going to be. Because that's going to define my killing chamber, which is this hole is going to start like at 56. 60 is where the strays are. 60 can be where the husks are. Maybe, I don't know. In my other world, I have like the strays at 61 and the husks at 59, and there's a reason for that. But let's drink whiskey. Oh no! I'm like, if in case I die, I'm putting my bucket away. I keep my flag, because all I need is a wool and 3 sticks to get a flag, but I do not have the ability to get another bucket at all. Alright, I think that was smart. So we're going to pillar down the 30 here. Wish me luck. Oh, I need to breathe. I hate water elevators like this. See, I'm right at the edge. I'm not losing my breath. I'm going really slowly, too. I don't mind. I'm descending at a controlled pace. The only thing I'm just hitting the activate button, the place button when it comes into view. I'm not slowly falling. I guess I'm at a perfect position in the water stream where it's going to be like, hey, you're just going to go slow. Okay, I don't mind that at all. All right, 30. Well, let's build a platform. Though that involves... hold on. That involves getting into my inventory. So I either need to be standing on something or going slow. All right. They're in my inventory. Let's get down here. I don't know if it's at the bottom one yet. Oh, Skybedrock Daddy. Oh my God. Let's leave my water stream here so I can go up and down and all that needs to be done. I don't want to interrupt it. I don't want to mess it up. We're just, and I know this is full blocks. But as you can see, my biome is changing as I'm going around, widening this platform. All right, and we're gonna torch it up. So this, like the 4 blocks that are at the end of that, that's going to be the hole. So the hole might be, I'm thinking that the hole is going to be 4 blocks down from where it is now. Which means I am most likely going to be standing in, well, that position right there where the water stream is. But let's put it here. And we're going to do our spawn spheres. This is where things are going to spawn. So now that I've got a floor down here, I feel a lot more safe about being able to get down here. We're gonna go back up. Get off of that. All right, cool. So I want to. So where that flag is down there is pretty much the spot I am going to be at. Let's grab a stack. I found I do a lot of work down in that area, but I would say that is the average spot that I would want to be at. So the floor of the collector. So this is the level I'm at now at 60 is the level that the strays are going to be on. The husks can also be on this level too, building a platform out in that direction. But definitely the strays are going to be at least at 60 because they're 60 to 66. I mean, I could take it up one, but then I'm going to run into that red sphere out there. Once I get past that red sphere, where I'm standing down there in my average spot is not going to spawn anything. I gotta collect my nerves. Hey, I got someone watching me. I guess. I don't have chat open, so somebody's watching. Or at least they were. Yeah. So by this measured, but from the Stray platform, which is, the Stray platform is going to be this direction, sort of thing. Let's call that, just for now, the Stray platform for the time being. And there's going to be trapdoors on the sides here, so whatever spawns up here, and that, hold on, let me do something. That's at 61. So this is at 61. It's still in the zone that it needs to be in. So that could go down a whole block. So I'm probably sitting at 60.5 right now, if it measured from the feet, which I'm not sure. Do I, hold on. Do I have chat? I can probably view it over here. Hold on. View content, live, refresh. Video link. Hey, Yasser's on. Or at least he was. I can see your decimal location in the middle top of your open chat. It's position your feet. All right, that answers a good question. Thank you, Yasser. All right, so resume. Actually, I need to mute YouTube. I'm hearing myself. Mute site. All right, resuming. All right. So that's the Stray platform. The Husk platform is going to be off in that direction. And it's going to fall. I want it to fall at least 2 or 3. Depends on how big the platform goes. Because the water stream is going to go 7 or 8. It's going to drop. And 7 or 8. It's going to drop. And 7 or 8. And eventually get to the collection portal here. But the collection portal here needs to be down here at... Oh, I can't see it in the water stream. Back up. Roughly 55, 54, somewhere around there, is where the collection streams are all going to dump into the death chute. So 54, 22 down from there. So 32. Where am I at when I'm down here? I'm at 31. Ha! I might need to go down another block, up another block. I'm close. I am close on all of my platforms. And there's my geode just right there. I mean, I mine that tinted glass. I would need a lot of it because I expect the platforms on this, they may be, because we got to go how far? I don't want to bridge out from this point. It's 24. Hold on. 24 is the minimum. What is the spawning radius on maximum? Oh, what was that? Oh. Spawn. Mob spawning. Spawn cycle. Where's Bedrock? $24 to $44. So resume game. 44 that way, but it's 44 at this point. You got to think that we're going to be up there, so it's not going to be 44. It's going to be let's test it. We know what the strays are going to be at. Let's go ahead and see how far we can make the platforms. Oh, nope, not there. There we go. I'm going to waste some blocks on this one. Anyway, so that's my middle. This is the edge of the jagged peaks because I need a jagged peaks because cold ocean is going to be only drowned and deep ocean is going to be only drowned. I don't care about spawning platforms from them. I'm going to get other mobs out of jagged peaks and desert just fine. These are going to be only drowned, so it's only going to be water spawns. So we actually want that because the jagged peaks, they're going to run from this point. They're going to fall. So let's see how far we can get with jagged peaks before we are out of that red circle. Red sphere, sorry. Almost, we're getting close. There, that is the edge. So this is the last block that possibly could even be got. And that is at, I'm at negative 63. So negative 63 to negative 34. And I imagine if I went off from this point in this direction. No! Oh my god. I wasn't sneaking. Oh my god. Skyblock Daddy. I nearly had a heart attack right there. Swear to God I did. Oh my god. That's what whiskey does. Thank God I had a water stream, and at the very least, I had a platform down there I could have aimed for. But all right, so we're going this way, and I bet you I'm going to get to the same point, which I forget now, but I can go look it up easy. We're going this way because this is how big this platform is going to be, but the husks might move down a little bit, and they can. Oh, that's all I got. Hold on. I mean, the strays could move down one, because especially if it's measured from the feet, this could all go down one. So that edge of the circle could expand by one block. Now, it's less of an issue on this one right here, because we'd go down one block and then this whole one is going to be in it, but the next block a little, maybe a bit, but over there, that's outside the sphere for sure. So it comes down to that far corner over there being in and out at 60, whereas the husks don't have that same requirement of having to be on 60, which still how from the wiki, how legacy is that information? How old is that information? Does it even still apply? Has anyone bothered to test it? Maybe I will. I mean, that seems more like a creative world sort of thing to test, but I mean, I am putting myself in the position to actually test it. So let's grab some cobblestone. Because what I'm laying out here, I mean, these are stones. These are blocks that, for the most part, most of them are going to be part of the final build. I mean, if y'all seen some of the videos and pictures I've done of my Realms world, this is where I built my giant mob spawner. And this is exactly how I did it. I just did it more in creative and used sandstone and tuff and prismarine and all that stuff. So this could very well be it, though. As you see, we're down here to position 3. So we're positive 3. We're closer back than the building. That's it. I have these measurements are bigger than I have in my Realms world because I'm not all the way back to the 0 blind on the one that I've got there. So I think I based it more on length of water streams, and I think it's 3 streams. And if they go 7, that's 21 plus the 2 in the middle, the drop chute. So 21, 40, 2, 44. Or do I have it going 4, which would be 28? Because we're going from 32, and 33. 32. Let me look at something. Water. I have water. The water tab open, actually. Water spreading. 7 blocks horizontal from a source block. And my source block is the wall. So 8. And then it falls. So 7. And then 7. So I'm at 8 plus 7 plus 7. That's 14. 22. So from 32, I go out 22, so I'd be at 10. That sounds a lot more like basically my outside wall would be here at -9. And that's because I have bridges running along the 0 what is it, Z line. At this point, from spawn in this direction, I'm going out 2,000 blocks because there's some things out there that I'm not going to reveal. You'll find them on their own as you play this game. Oh, this is spawnable. That is spawnable. Huh? I need torches. I need another bed, is what I need. So. Yeah. It's nighttime. There is a decent chance that from where I'm standing now, I'm at -397, and that was at 127. So that's 30 blocks. Yeah, that could very well be a husk right there. Or a zombie. It looks like a husk to me, actually. Can't tell. Oh, it's a skeleton. So they're not going to see me. And over on that platform, might be a little too far, but kind of closer to the middle. Very well, a stray could spawn, but also any witch could spawn, creeper could spawn, zombie could spawn. There's some husks. Bet you those are husks. Can't tell because they are. Let's see if we get inside here. Do we see them? Oh, it's too dark. I can't tell if they're husks or if they're. Oh, that guy's got armor on. Husks or regular zombies. I guess we'll see when the sun comes out and if they burn, because I don't think husks burn. But this is where I'm gonna build these spawners, build my mob spawners, because the platform that's between us and where those guys are at is gonna produce husks. The platform diagonal to it from that center box, that center drop pillar, is going to produce strays. And then 3 levels down, which is about where my cursor is going, is where the water collection is going to come in from all 4 sides. And over there is where drowns are going to form. And over there, in that quarter, on the other side of this platform, in that ocean, that quarter of this giant box is going to be where drowns are going to spawn, because it's all going to be running water right to the middle, right to a drop chute, going down to about that platform. No, about that platform there. So I've been spawning about. I've been playing for about an hour. I think this is going to get a lot more intense, and obviously I need to wait for the sun to come up before I can do anything. But I even then, I've got a skeleton that it has armor with a helmet on, so great. How am I going to kill him? All right. But it's 10 o'clock. I'm going to pour off my next whiskey. And yes, sir, I appreciate it. You caught my stream. Let me get back over here to the chat here. Yeah. What's in the 2000 blocks? You built the map. You know there's something all the way down. What is that? Negative X? Are we negative? Yeah, negative X to the left. Or at least that's where mine generated. And the only one I found, I think in your game notes, either in what is it, the help or the book, the fortress, mine generated about 1800, negative 1800x, and 50s, positive 50z, and like 0y. I had to go down. Basically, I had to go. There's a lot of shit over there now. I had to go very negative X to find that portal, find my end portal, and it was a little positive Z off of the 0 line. You can see your decimal location in the middle top if you open chat. Middle top if you open chat. Am I missing it? I'm not familiar. No. I'm not used to a lot of the commands. I mean, I've looked up how to give myself blocks, but that's about it. So, and plus I'm not, obviously this is a game I've not turned cheats on. So, look at all that shit spawning. I'm kind of happy and very nervous. See, that is definitely a husk. So, yeah, that's why I love these 4 corners. Stronghold. Yes, that's the word I was looking for. See, I'm on whiskey number 4, and I usually pour doubles and triples. Oh, cool. Everything's on. I'm gonna. Oh, something's out there at the very edge. I'm nervous about that skeleton that has the armor on, because he won't burn. I can't see what's at the edge. I think it's the skeleton with the armor on. Anyways, yeah, the stronghold was at negative like 1800x and like positive 50 or 100y z and down. Because most of my world is at 60, 61. That's where I kept it at. A few things are down a little further. Like in my realm world, I have a giant factory built about right there. Like I even expanded it recently to um, all a giant square that included all chunks, uh, all four chunks within the middle four. Because I know, yeah, he'll go away. Because these are the edge of four different biomes. This is a chunk, this is a chunk, this is a chunk, and this is a chunk. So I got four different chunks I'm dealing here with the middle of my mob grinder. And this is where I hang out. And this is where my sorting system is. And this is where my factory is. My stone factory, my every other factory. To just make, with the auto crafter, make different things. So I expanded it out. Four chunks from here going in that direction. Four chunks from here going in that direction. Four chunks from here going in that direction. And four chunks from here going in that direction. Sort of thing. Because I'm expanding my storage from the immediate four chunk cube around me to the 4 by 4 by 4 by 4. Because diagonally from those four, it's your 16, 32, 64, no, 48, 64. 64 away, 64 away, 64 away, 64 away. You draw a diamond. Sorry. I'm running, and in fact, I'm gonna call it from here. Save, and I'm gonna show you. You have to enable coordinates GUI and creator setting. Oh, okay. Well, that explains why the stronghold. Yeah, I think I did read that it's random, but it is so far away. But mine, the one I found, I think you said there's three in the notes. The one I found so far was negative 1800x and like 50 positive z. But let me show you in my realm. And I'm over at my slime farm for that one guy that commented on your page about, hey, are the slime chunks messed up? I found three that work, three close by that work that are near the Warm Ocean and Stony Peaks. So that's where I'm going to load in at. Yeah, I'm in Warm Ocean here, Stony Peaks here. Those work. Whereas, because I know Bedrock has preset slime chunks that... Nice, Phantom. Preset slime chunks that are the same on every Bedrock world. Well, there's some that show up on the map out here in the ocean and the grove and the river and mangrove swamp, and I never could get anything to spawn because there's like 3 or 4 that are real close together, and I never could get anything to spawn there. But then I tested it over there, and those 3, which I have running to one spot, they all spawn together. So, but this is what I'm doing. My current project on my realm in creative is moving my storage from this tight confines. Here's the middle of those 4 chunks, by the way. Moving all of this. These are my factories. This is my stone factory here. Out to this, which I marked it by chunk because I wanted to stay in chunk range of my default average position. This is not hooked up. This is all just in the process of being set up. In fact, I've not even finished putting in all the chests. But this is the beginning of my new storage system to replace, resin bricks, resin brick slab, all of these, which that's all this factory, which pretty much is identical to, well, not identical, but its own version of the stone factory. These are all my stone, cobblestone. Yep. And that noise that you guys might hear is my LA sorter. And bonus points to anybody that gets that 5-note tune and what movie it comes from. This is my overflow from mob loot. So mob loot is generated from, obviously, that there. It comes out of that there, goes through all that chain, then goes underneath and comes out over on this tube to go into this chain for bone meal, bone blocks, iron, blocks of iron, blocks of copper, blocks of redstone, glowstone, ink sacks, bamboo, anything that gets crafted. These are a whole bunch of crafters in here. Even down here to TNT, gunpowder, rockets, sugarcane, paper. The gunpowder, or the TNT, goes down there. Which is, we'll do this. I gotta go all the way down. This, oh, go away, go away, go away. Which is this. Oh, it's going. That's where my stone comes from. I'm very proud of this. This is a tree thing that I put together that I saw online. I basically created it from the instructions. Anyways, but that is my trip back home. So, oh, the other thing I want to show you down here. The mob drops. Wait, I'll show you this. So after it goes through this factory, it goes through stackable sorter. So anything that is still stackable goes down here into the trash. Single items go over here to these two. Oops. You can tell I've had a little bit of drink tonight. Where am I at? Here. Boom. To that sorter for potions. And then after that, it gets popped back up, that little elevator, to that for books to give me potions and enchanted books. Tridents, I don't have a sorter for that anymore other than the LA, and because this is so full. Oops. I'm not even sorting them anymore because I have too many. But if it makes it past those two filters, those two pink filters, it goes to this box, which goes down underneath to below here, which I've got a little hole right here. I can fly down to this thing, and this is my creation. So it comes in from this line right here. This is my creation right here. So this is my fuel, and this is my smeltable items. because there's a mechanic that the fuel, as it comes down, you pump it in the side of a blast furnace or furnace. And only... I didn't get that. That made it through somehow. Only burnable materials will make it into bamboo slats. Well, that needs to go away too. What is going on here? That's not. Get that out of there. I must have had an overflow while turning on and off my stuff. All right, anyway, so it stays in there until this pulses, which this pulse is from that hopper clock. And it'll pull one down from the fuel line. Now, everything goes through the fuel line because you can't push a sword into here. You can't push leather armor into here, into here. I got too many bows in the system somehow, and they're getting by my allays up there. The allays, where this is my fuel coming in from my mob spawner this way, that direction is coming in from some allays. But, alright, let's go. So this will pull out, that'll hold a few. That'll pull out one at a time, go around here to the next one, which, let's see, that's got a frickin' bow in it. I gotta clean this out. Nope, that's good. And that'll pull one out. And then I go down to the next one. Let's check it. No bows in it. Good. There's a bow there. Some bows must have got through the system. I guess it was running when I logged off or something. Let's check the next one. Yeah, here. No bows there. A bow there. Shoot. Let me put some bows here, here, here. There. Because I know this is the fuel line. The fuel line will only be able to pump in. So I can put a bunch of bows in here. And then this will pull out one pulse. Pull out one. And let's see. No bows. Bow. Let's pull that out. I got, look. Do I have bows up in that line? There's a second line. There's a smelting line. That's working fine. And every time it goes around, it's like a tree. I've got this direction, down one to this direction, down one to this direction, down one to this direction, then down two to the starting direction. Because I had to put some space between this hopper and this hopper. Because this hopper only pushes when it can, but this one is going to drop. It's either that one or the inside. It's basically, you got to imagine two spirals going down, one pushing from the outside, one pushing from the top. So two spirals going down. So there's a total of 12 furnaces in here. Nothing in that. A bow in that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. No wonder it's all clogged up. I really do need to put an on-off switch on this thing when I leave. Because those LAs should be catching all this. That's their job. I must have too many bows in the system. Because as they finish up from this last hopper, they then all go. Everything goes up this way. And gets sorted by these guys. So the bow. Yep. Another bow. The second one gets it. Another bow. First one gets it. First one gets it. First one gets it. So what I bet happened is I logged out while it was off and it screwed up. So I'm gonna turn it off because I'm gonna call it a night. Well, I hope you enjoyed this, Yasser. I don't know if you're still watching or not. Oh, I got a lot. I got a lot of stuff. Do I have anything over here? Oh, there's overflow. I need to get some bows out of the system. I know what I need to do. That's why I have so many bows in the system. I need to turn this on. This little switch right here, or this one if it's daytime, which it currently is. Yeah, it currently is daytime, so it would affect it. But no, I want it. Nope, I need that off. I want this off. There we go. So both of them are off. This signal is off. I have too many bows in the system, which means I need to do that. And that will get me a bunch of gold swords. And all those gold swords, because by turning this on, turning on my switch here, also turns on all these redstone lights, which makes regular mob spawning, turns it off. So just these guys. And it's only one. It's not too bad. But I figure if I have both sets of mobs being spawned at the same time, then it's not going to be good. But I can't stand on the floor because then I'd be 45 blocks away, 43 to 45 blocks away from most of the portal up there, so they won't spawn. So I actually have to stand. I mean, I can stand here. I'm all right. But I'm in creative right now, so occasionally a creeper will show up. But this is what is now turned into my creative world, just me playing around. But as this stuff goes into the thing that I built down there, I will get less and less bows. Holy cow. Let's see if we can speed it along a little bit. I can't remember if I have, let's see here, trash, smelt, sort, and fuel. I think I have this going to sort. Good Lord, how long did I AFK? How long do you have to AFK for something like this to happen? Holy cow. It's built up there. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm going to have to AFK with that on for a little while. You're welcome to hang out and watch the rest of this feed. I don't know how much I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be drinking my whiskey and pretty much just trying to empty this out. Let's see if I can hurry some of this along. I got so much garbage in here. Let's see, what can we sort? I can sort that, and 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 that. Trash. I can trash that, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that. That. I don't want to trash that. Oh, I could. Well, it doesn't matter on that. Well, no, keep that. We'll trash that. And from that, boom, 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 boom. Oh. So we'll smelt the one sword we were able to grab. We'll go ahead and throw this into fuel. Basically, it just starts at the beginning of the cycle, whereas smelt goes into the middle, which the middle is from this chest or this chest, which is basically if you make it past all the LAs, which the LAs are bow, fishing rod, crossbow, bow, trident, snout banner, saddle, leather boots, leather leggings, leather chest plate, tunic, leather helmet, leather boots, leather leggings, leather tunic, leather helmet. If you make it past all of those LAs, like this sword is about to, you go down in there and that triggers, and that goes into the smelting line, which should be only gold and iron and chainmail. Should be. Let's grab that and every bow we can. There's a whole bunch of gold swords coming through now. That's good. That's gonna knock out a whole bunch. Because I actually had too many gold. And I put a bunch of bamboo into the fuel, and that kind of clogged up the fuel, but I was just so far behind on the gold. But this LA farm is mostly to get rid of the leather and to recycle the bows into the fuel line. Because as it goes to the fuel line, I mean, it can hold 12. But yeah, I AFK'd this world for a lot last week, and then took a couple days off and didn't do anything. All right, so that should be good. So we should be Yep. So, what do we have over here? Let's grab you. You're going to go in here. Well, the problem is, me being right where I'm standing right now, that nether portal's probably not doing much. I need to be about this height. Yeah. 3:30 a.m. Oh, you're in Europe. Hats off to you, man. Have a good night. I'm sure that you've gone to bed by now. I'm going to call it quits here in a little bit. Tomorrow's updates. I love it. I love it. And figure out how to take my world. Ooh, look at all those zombie pigmen. Pigmen. Give me your swords. So I can burn a bunch of bows. I appreciate the chat. I love your world. I really do. I love being able to build everything from scratch and control every aspect of it. Now, granted, what you're looking at now is on creative, so anybody could have done this. But this is my exploration of the mechanics of the game, and the one that was playing earlier tonight and earlier today, I'm gonna keep that exclusively survival because I want to see how it does. I didn't save anything from my last fishing trip. Nope. Okay, good. All right. I'm thinking Yasser went to bed. Oh no, I got 2 viewers. There's somebody else watching. Oh my god. I feel love. It is 10:30. And I'm not going to do anything else. I'm gonna pretty much AFK this for a little while, probably till my controller dies, and well, maybe. That's a lot of zombie pigmen. But I do need to start checking my stuff down there. Y'all come with me. I mean, this is what I do. I mean, what else am I gonna do? Ain't nobody sitting over there. Let's look at our furnace. There's a bow in there. That's clogging shit up. All right, our next furnace down is that one. Nothing in that. Its feeder is empty. Let's go to the third one. Wait. This is the second one. Get the bow out of that. So once I get out the clogs, which I usually have to do this. So I just did that one. Let's do this one. Nothing in it. Nothing going into it. So we got 1, 2, 3. Here's 4. Nothing going into it. Then we go down. Right? Yeah, because we got blast furnace, space, blast furnace. Nothing in there. So just below it is a blast furnace. Bows in that. Bows in that. Get rid of that. All right. Next one down. Bows in that. Bows in that. Oh, there's another bow. Come on. Next one down. Bow, bow. No more bows. Nothing's in that. Nothing's in that. Nothing's in that. Though it has 20 can hit. Okay. And then this should be the last one. Nothing's in that. Alright. Alright. Let's go. Where's my hole? There it is. Now that I unclogged it, I should do a little bit better. Oh, I'm way over here. Fuel. See, as long as that first ally grabs every bow that comes by, that shouldn't happen. See, that's going to continue on to the very end. That bow's going to be caught. And that's going to continue on to the very end. Because at the very end, it goes into the smelting line, which is a totally different... Like I said, you have to imagine it's two spirals going down. Basically, one tube in the middle is a hopper chain, just going straight down. And there on each of the four sides of that tube is furnace, down one furnace, down one furnace, down one furnace, and then down two to start over. And I had to do that because of the way the hoppers pushed and pulled to go around, to push into the top or to push into the side for the smeltable items and the fuel. The fuel line has everything go through it because at the front of each furnace, that hopper is trying to push, and if it is a flammable, if it's a fuel item such as a bow or a fishing rod or a crossbow or a plank, it'll push it in. If it's not a smeltable item, the furnace will not accept it in the side, like that golden sword that just went by. It tried to push into 12 different furnaces and it failed. The hopper below it is on a timer. It is usually off, and every 4 seconds, it'll pulse on for one tick. And one observer tick, so however long that is. And the hopper below that one that's trying to push into each furnace will pull something, otherwise it's off. And then it will also push. And then it goes around to the front of the next one, does the same thing, pulling down one every pulse. It goes around to the next one and does that 12 times going down. The fuel line is more in the middle, and that has a hopper on top of each furnace that is not locked. So it should have up to 5 items that could be stored in it, and the top ones usually do, especially the very top one. And it is pushing into the top of each of those furnaces. Above it is a locked hopper. So the locked hopper is off most of the time, but every 3 or 4 seconds, it gets cycled on where it can push. And it's pushing to the left or the right or whatever. It's pushing to the side into the next of the chain. But while it's locked, the hopper below it, which is holding 5 items that it's trying to push into that furnace to be as a smeltable item, is pulling. So that chain, that line on the middle spiral, needs to be a smeltable item, like that gold sword that just went by, or an iron sword, or a chainmail chest plate, or gold leggings, or and I'm getting a lot of gold coming through now. So I've got more bows and fishing rods than I do gold swords. So it's just overwhelmed. But as these make it through, we're going to go ahead and throw these in our smelt line. And I'm going to go ahead and throw those in my fuel line. But you know what that's going to do is those 2 leather helmets that were sitting there are still there. Let's get rid of those leather helmets. There we go. Those 2 leather helmets are going to be caught by these guys. Basically, these 8, because he's looking leather, and I've in the year plus or so that I've been playing Skyblock, the number of times that a mob has spawned with, I'm gonna go ahead and do this to turn that off, because this is I don't remember, but I know that on means that it should be normal. Should be normal spawns right now. Oh, I still need some more gold. A little bit more gold. I'm gonna get more whiskey. If you're still watching, you're a brave soul. Putting up with me. I wasn't going to make this about this one. Let's see, I've been doing this for an hour and a half. I'm going to call it quits here shortly. But I did want to, once I showed you guys this and realized it was all messed up, I needed to fix it. And I figured I'd bring you along for the ride. Give me a minute to think. Good Lord. That, wow. Oh, because I'm, really? One of these is a slime chunk? I'll have to figure that out. But it's just my factory. It even got to the point where my rotten flesh is so full that I put a bunch of clerics over here to sell it to. So, yeah, that's why I have a bunch of emeralds, and so many emeralds that I just bought a bunch of lapis because I don't know what to do with it. These books are getting out of control. I'm not up to the second level on books yet. I think I am up to the second level on... No, I'm not. The potions are... Or that's the books. Oh, that's potions. Oh, wow, I'm up to the next level on potions. Yeah, what is potion of invisibility? How did I get that? Where did that come from? I know where the fire resistance came from, but where did potion invisibility come from? Did I get a... Did the mob spawner? Because sometimes I'll get wandering traders spawn up there. That's enough up there. Alright, this is the last thing I'm going to do tonight, and I'm going to close this stream up. This is the goal in my survival world, is to make something similar to that. Not necessarily all of that. I mean, that might... This is it could be a goal. But I'll show you what the end goal is to this mob farm that I'm making in my survival world, is to be very similar to this one that I'm now in. All right, so let me get over here. So this is the deep ocean section. You can tell with the dark prismarine I have over here. And then this is the desert section. You can tell with the sandstone I have over here. And then this is the cold ocean with the regular prismarine. And the jagged peaks you can tell over here with the tuft. So I get more room to move. It's all covered with tinted glass, and in this case I got redstone lamps all over the place, but tinted glass to make it super dark in here. This spawning platform is at 60, so this is optimized for 60, so that's why on the survival world I'm going to drop it down to 60. You can see that the husk platform is at 58. There's a specific reason why. Below the 60, which this is sky axis, because just on top of the jagged peaks platforms, see it's got the columns, so it prevents spiders from spawning. Spiders cannot spawn in this 4x4. They need a 6x6 basically. They need just over 4x4 from what I understand. But yeah, spiders, I have never seen a spider come through this entire system at all. They've never spawned in here. So you go up 2, and then there's a top slab. And the top slab is to make this a 2.5 height spawning platform. So any normal mob will spawn, and Endermen will not. Because I do not want Endermen. So we got a slab up top here. The same can be said over here in the desert. This is 2.5 because there's a top slab. On top of the top of this top slab is my tinted glass. So obviously nothing is going to spawn on the tinted glass. On top of, because this is 2 blocks lower for a reason. I've got top slabs, and on top is regular glass. And on top of the regular glass is just empty space, and one above that is tinted glass. This is all tinted glass up here. How did a husk get up there? A husk should not be up there. I'm guessing that it thinks redstone lamps are spawnable. I've never noticed that. And if that's the case, I need to put torches up top, because that should not be the case. All right. So, and then I've got no platforms in the deep ocean. So the deep ocean is just running water. And we're going from the source block here. So that would be 8, fall over, 7, fall over, 7, fall over, to the middle, fall down. And the only thing that can spawn in the deep ocean are drowned. In the desert, anything can spawn, including husks. On this little platform here, I've got trapdoors, which lowers the spawning height to 1.7, 1.8, whatever it is, enough for creepers. So this platform here is creeper only. Under the jagged peaks. All of these are where strays can spawn because they need sky access. Below them are multiple platforms with trapdoors on top. And because this is 1.7, 1.8 blocks height, only creepers can spawn on any of these platforms. Only creepers. All right. Over here in the cold ocean are a platform of 2 with trapdoors on top. Go down a platform with trapdoors on top. Go down, and one platform here with trapdoors on top. These platforms only spawn creepers. So basically, these creeper-only spawning platforms in the desert, in the jagged peaks, and in the cold ocean are just for creepers. Because creepers and their gunpowder are that important. I need sand. I like tough. I'm okay with gravel. I actually have too much. And I like the other drops the skeletons give with the bones, the witches give with the plethora of stuff they give. But the creepers give gunpowder. Gunpowder is TNT. And TNT is stone. Cobblestone. Which y'all saw me flying around my cobblestone factory. Basically, I'm just taking... Every time I have... Basically, I have that circuit set up that if I get a TNT, it turns on a cobblestone generator to push out boom, 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 3, 4, 5 layers of cobblestone and drops a TNT on it. And the next time that I get cobblestone, or next time I get TNT, it turns on a circuit that pumps out 3 or 4 or 5 layers of cobblestone that it drops a TNT on. And it does this every single time. Now, I have the gunpowder set up to where it either makes rockets or it makes TNT or it goes into storage. The storage is full, so it's either going into rockets or it's going into TNT. The TNT line, I think, is currently at the point where it needs more sand than it needs gunpowder, and the rockets need more paper than they do gunpowder. So actually, I'm at the point now where my gunpowder production chain, is full, and everything is going into the trash. So I'm making too much gunpowder, and I need to get more sand and paper. Oh, I hear a wandering trader. Or I did. Yep, there's a wandering trader somewhere around here. But you know what that means. He's going to fall down there and get killed in my killing chamber. That was fun. I'm glad I got to explain a little bit of some of this stuff to you. But yeah, I expanded out my initial factory floor, multiple chunks, and if let's go up. I'm kind of in the middle. From what I have researched is you can go out 4 chunks past where you're at. Right now I'm in deep ocean. Now I'm in desert. So redstone will activate the entire chunk 4 out. So I'm at 120. Whatever edge of my chunk is, what is it? 127. So 127 minus 16, minus 16, minus 16, minus 16. I can go out 4 whole chunks in that direction. Well, that chunk there is 3 chunks away from where I was just standing. But that also means that chunk there. Actually, so from where I'm standing here, this chunk, negative 28, 127, that chunk that my center point is pointing at is 3 chunks away, and the next one out would be 4 chunks away. That chunk there is 3 chunks away, and the next one out would be 4 chunks away. But that also means that chunk there is 4 chunks away, and that chunk there is 4 chunks away. So redstone will work along those chunk lines. It could go out 1 more that way, 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 and all around that way. But is the inside line here. But if I move, oh no, wrong button. If I move to this point in the jagged peaks, that is 3. And that is 3. And that is 4. And that is 4. So redstone works out to 4 chunks. Because the middle of my entire device is a chunk border area. Is my book down here? Did I lose it? I mean, I'm in... Haha. Boom. Because the middle of this factory is 4 different chunks. This chunk, this chunk, this chunk, and this chunk. I could pretty much only build my factory out 3 more chunks away from this middle point. This right here is my end goal for my survival world. All of these chunks are measured out. And if you're wondering what the hole in the floor here is, down. Come on, go down. Keyboard. Oh no. I don't want to go through that one. That's my transportation. My item transportation. Sup, buddies? Say hello to my nether hub. And with that, Skybedrock Daddy is going to call it a night. Good night, everybody.